Call to order at 1:17. Everybody have a copy of the agenda?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Diana, would you do roll call, please?
Sure.
Ms. Burns,
Present?
Ms. Goodwin,
Present.
Ms. Betty Bryan Brown,
Absent.
Linda Duke,
Absent.
Mr. Herman Francis,
Here.
Paola Martinez, Ms. Patricia Simpson,
Here.
Ms. Elena,
Here.
Argelia Ortiz.
I'm present.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, quorum is present.
Thank you. I think everyone here knows everyone. We've come to a few meetings, right? So everybody knows everybody. So I want to start then with review of our activities for the fiscal year 24-25, which means the things we've talked about, the programs that we have put together, and what you thought of them, whether they worked, whether we want to do them again. All right, so just a list, we did the settlement house, we went and did a in-service in Spanish and English with the police and a representative from the bank about things that seniors need to be careful about, look out for. That was done just at Settlement House. Okay, that was number one. I would like to expand that to go into more of the senior centers, just not one place, but that's a lot of coordination to get people to go to all these different centers. But I think the police department was pretty game at doing it. They were very psyched about going that day. You just have to make sure that they always get a bilingual person there for safety and things that you have to look out for when you go to the bank, and scams, everything coming down the pipeline that we as seniors unfortunately are targeted at. They target us because they know that some of us are easy preys. And I almost fell into a trap like that once with somebody calling in when my granddaughter was in police custody, and it was all a hoax. But luckily I caught on before too late. I was panicking. I was like, Anyway, so that was one we did. The second one was the Lincoln Auditorium we had with Access-A-Ride. I would have wished we had a lot more attendance that day, because we did have all the top people there from Access-A-Ride, and they did answer as many questions as they were given. And they did say they were going to follow through in other people's questions that they wrote on pieces of paper and handed to them. I don't really know if that was done. Do we
It
know,
was.
Anthony?
I know quite a few people
Good.
that they did call.
Good.
Quite a
Glad
few.
to hear it. I don't say that's something that we want to do on a regular, but I would say definitely on a yearly basis, touch base with Access-A-Ride and see how they're doing. Either have them come to the senior meetings.
Yeah.
So that we can ask them the questions directly and get statistics from the community as to how their services are going. It doesn't necessarily have to be a general meeting like we had, which is always difficult to pull off because of the constraints of some of the seniors. They just can't get out. They need Access-A-Ride to get them to the place. So, we don't want to put people out that way, but certainly we can have them come to the committee and report.
I got a call, but they didn't follow up.
They didn't follow up.
Good floor. Good floor.
Yeah, I got a call.
Do you need Mr. Jordan to follow up for you?
Yes.
Okay. So you give him the specifics after the meeting,
Okay.
okay?
Mhm.
All right, so those are the two big fiscal year projects I believe we did. Did we do anything else? Anybody remember anything else? I don't.
Oh, what was it we was talking about? We was talking about
Not that we wanna do what we did. We're
Oh.
talking about what we did in 24, 25. I think
Oh,
those
I
were the
don't know.
two big things we did. Okay, so that was old business. Anybody else wanna chime in for any old business? All
That's good.
right, so let's move on to new business. Not all of the executive committee, but can I say? Most of the executive committee met on Monday. And we all know that the membership has been really,
Well, let's talk about the changes in the leadership.
oh, well, if you don't know already, our new chair is Paola,
Thank you.
and I am the first chair, and Mr. Ambrose is the second chair.
When does that go into effect?
It went into effect already.
Okay.
Yeah, it went into effect. Thank you. Thank you for all of you for your support. It really, you don't know how much I appreciate it. Anyway, so yes, I mean, we have hit the ground running, especially with the Mitchell Houses catastrophe.
It's not that bad, good.
Yeah, like I said, she said there was no life loss and nobody was injured. That's a blessing, but still, the repercussions are enormous from what happened. Mr. Francis, let's not, if you don't mind, let's just continue with the agenda. Thank you. All right, so on the executive committee meeting, we came together and felt like not only the executive committee, but I think the membership in general felt that the membership was being really thinned out and drawn out because there was too many committees. There was not enough attendance in some of the committees. There was not quorum in a lot of the committees, so that anything that needed to be approved was not approved. And the people had to come back either to another meeting or to the general meeting to get their approval by the whole membership. So we tossed back and forth a lot of ideas and nothing is set in stone. This is all, we came up with different scenarios. And, I don't know, Anthony, do you have the list?
No.
Oh, okay.
You got it?
So, yeah.
I think that, yes, so, economic and land use will stay a standalone committee because it's a very active committee in terms of a lot of organizations and buildings have to come to the land use committee to get a letter of recommendation or so on and so forth. So that's a standalone.
Wait, let me get a piece of paper. I remember stuff I can use.
The agendas.
Okay, thank you. Well, that's the land use committee.
Yeah.
The main
Economic and land use.
Economic and land use.
Yes.
That's one committee.
Mhm.
So, I didn't copy down, the last one we had.
So, you want to go over it?
Yeah, well, I had the original, but I think we kind of came down to
We
different.
came down to more and she told us that.
Yeah, okay.
I think
We should have taken a screenshot of
I
that.
do, I have
Oh, you have it? Okay, so then,
Mhm.
go ahead.
it. Sure. So like the first vice chair and then committee chair mentioned, economic development and land use will, including housing development will stay the same. I'm gonna go over what's-
That's two committees?
No, economic development, land use and housing is one committee.
It's gonna be one committee,
It's
because
the
right
same.
now it was two.
No, it was always one committee.
So economic,
It's
land
called-
use and housing.
Yeah, that's the full name of the committee.
Okay, okay,
So that committee was,
Thank you.
that committee is proposed to stay the same.
okay.
I'm gonna go over the ones that this the same committees. Licensing and permits
Right.
will stay the same.
That's what economic land use last year.
It used to be, but it was broken because it was getting brought down with liquor licenses and cannabis licenses.
Okay.
So it was broken, and it will stay two separate standing committees. The recommendation is.
Okay,
I think you, after.
Well, we'll talk about that. He's just telling us the recommendations, and we'll get into
Recommendations.
what your opinions are.
The next recommendation is, let's go, education, youth, and young adult. We'll combine youth and education and young adults into the recommendation into one committee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
that makes sense.
Say youth and education.
Youth education.
Young adults and education and youth will combine.
Combined.
Okay.
The committee for public and transitional housing will stay the same. That includes public housing and shelters and other, responsible, agencies will be in public and traditional housing. That will stay the same.
One committee.
The recommendation is to combine municipal services with environmental justice and sanitation into one committee. Okay.
Municipal services,
Right,
sanitation.
and environmental.
That makes sense. And public house should be on the municipal service also.
Let's see what the recommendation is,
Yeah.
sir, first, and then we can talk about what that was.
Environmental. Okay, one committee.
One committee.
Okay.
Should I continue, Chair?
Yes, please.
The committee, so health, human services, aging, LGBTQIA.
Health,
And human
Health and
services.
human services along with seniors
Mhm.
and LGBTQIA.
L what?
LGBTQ.
LGBT.
LGBT.
oh,
Yeah.
Well, agent is with the LGBT.
Health, human services, aging, and
Aging.
LGBTQ, yes.
Well, that should be, yeah.
So that's 3 or 4.
That's 3.
You
Three,
said seniors too.
Yes, health,
human services, seniors, and LGBTQIA.
Mhm.
So that's 3.
Yeah.
The next recommendation is, we'll be merging the activities of ethics, discipline, and, will be merged into the, role of the executive committee.
Activity or what?
Ethics,
Ethnic.
ethics, ethics,
Ethics.
ethics,
Ethics.
ethics, discipline, committee role
Mhm.
will be merged into the executive committee, the
Discipline.
recommendation.
so it won't be a committee on itself, it'll be merged into the
No.
executive.
No committee.
Right.
so ethic, discipline, and what?
And executive committee will come on committee,
And
so all the
executive
issues about
committee.
dealing with, anything relating to, handling board related, ethics, and disciplinary issues will be, that used to be one committee, ethics and discipline, it will now become part of the role of the executive committee.
That's good. You don't need all those committees. You should be combined, cut down like Lindsay did.
Right, maybe. And it is, the recommendation is to merge the work of policy, will be merged with, immigration.
Oh,
See?
should policy be under executive and immigration be on municipal service?
This is the recommendation,
This is our
I'm just reading the recommendation, it's not my role to debate the recommendation.
So that's the 2, policy and immigration.
Probably policy, legislation, and immigration will be merging with the immigration committee.
Policy. So that's 2 committees in one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I disagree. We're gonna make a decision on this. I
We,
disagree.
first, 2 things have to happen,
Right.
okay? This is what we came up with. So it has to go to the general membership,
Right.
but before that, also, we have to change the bylaws, because the bylaws state right now that we have these, 11?
As it says, no, 14 is.
14 standing committees.
Correct.
So we have to go back and change the bylaws
Correct.
to figure in that we've gone from 14 committees to, how many, 1, 2, 3, 7
You
committees.
can cut down to 5.
Cut in half.
You
Yeah.
can cut down to 5. Immigration should be on the
Going to the chair organizes.
Okay, I have 6, which did I miss? Let's see, oh, young adults. Okay, Mr. Francis, go ahead.
Okay, immigration put on the municipal services, while chairperson of municipal service committee. Municipal services covers every agency in the United States, federal, state, county, and city. And immigration is a federal issue, so it should be under municipal services. And we need to know what to call about there. 'Cause I remember the Immigration Act of '65, how it was introduced to repeal the Immigration Act of 1924. We got a mess here, which goes into the housing issue. So we need to have all these outstanding things. I remember, because those who forget.
Wait a minute. This is a recommendation.
I'm not gonna put the
So
rest
just put your recommendation on the floor because the rest of the people have to come and follow
I
too.
understand
So
that
just,
quite
let's
well.
give them the recommendation.
That's what we have meetings for. We
Yeah.
don't have to.
Well,
All right, so
we-
Mr.
we're not gonna
Francis,
have
you're
them until we see if
recommending
this goes
that, immigration go under municipal services.
Correct. And then what's the other one? What's the other committee that's in there? Well,
It's municipal services, sanitation,
No,
and
no, no.
environment,
what was the
policy.
and
Policy and immigration.
policy should be for
Municipal
the
service,
executive committee.
sanitation, and environment.
For the executive committee, it's actually that determines the tone and policy of the whole group. So the policy should be with the executive committee, but if you're gonna handle discipline and ethics, you should have policy.
Yeah, I agree with that one. An executive committee should deal with policy as well.
Mm-hmm. We should have a few committees, because when you have a committee, you can have a subcommittee working out the committee to handle that. This way you won't be scattered and losing strength. I've been in too many organizations to see how organizations fall apart. Every time I sit down in the NAACP and the Urban League, how they got the Youth Association or Carnegie Wilson organization, and why they got so much longevity, why they say focus on the issue and the objective. We got worried about that. When you got that food down there, you know,
Come on, don't comment about nobody.
Let's
Don't
not
comment on
diverge.
personal
Let's
about
It's
not
not that
diverge.
good, that's what people come here for, because they got issues they want to get
No,
resolved.
we take your recommendation seriously, Mr. Francis,
Thank
and
you.
that will go, you're recommending that policy go with executive committee as opposed to going with the immigration, and that immigration go with municipal, which would bring us down a whole nother committee if we decided to do that. But remember this, the whole membership has to vote on
Yes.
this.
But
Not only- Anybody, any other suggestions?
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
If there's committees that's gonna fall under the executive committee, that's not another committee. That's one committee that's
You're
gonna
correct.
handle those issues.
Mhm.
Am I right?
Yes,
So that's really just one committee
Right.
who will be handling those certain issues.
Mhm.
That's number one. Number two, from my observing, only my observing, the people who are doing these committees like licensing and permits, they need some orientation. Okay, if they agree to do it, set up an orientation. Because you can't do 5 and 6 and 7 licenses in one committee. It's difficult because people have to come back. You need a procedure so that if somebody's coming back, you know what to do. You know, to keep them coming back 2 and 3 times is not necessary.
what someone had suggested was that some of the committees may need to meet more than once a month.
Exactly.
Because it's not fair to make somebody wait a whole nother
What I'm
month if
saying.
they're waiting for their liquor license to be approved or not approved. So that was a recommendation.
But I also wanted to ask, say like when the committee make a decision to approve or not approve, why are they coming back? Can't they be notified that it was done or whatever? How can that whole system be?
What is the procedure, Mr.
What is
Jordan?
that's what I'm saying, what is the
So
procedure?
what happens is that whatever comes out of committee, the committee pushes the issue to the full board, then the full board makes a decision. Once the full board makes a decision, say, the example is these licenses, a
Mhm.
letter is written on behalf of the board. If the board authorizes the district manager to write a letter of approval or a letter of denial to the licensing agency. So, for example, if we approve Pat Simpson's liquor store, then because she's passed
I
committee,
drink vodka.
when she passed committee, she goes to the full board, she passes full board, the district manager writes a letter to the New York State Liquor Authority, seeing the district, the community board, I'm sorry, the city council member, the NYPD, so any other regulatory agencies about it, so.
What I
so
see happening with the committee, this is something you were just talking about. The committee goes in session and they get the information, right? And they decide yay or nay. Then when you get to the full board, all of them that don't come to that committee level, they want the complete explanation all over again. We never did that before, okay?
No.
We-
They just say whether the committee
No, they say at
approved it or
the,
disapproved it and what
but
the
some
grounds were.
people, mostly board members, have questions and things because they don't come to committee meetings. So that takes up a lot of time.
But you know what?
Hold on.
Can I
hold on.
finish? Can I finish?
Let her finish.
That takes up a lot of time. You know, if we know ahead of time or some kind of way, we know what's coming before the committee. Not saying you have to come to everyone, you understand? But it just saves time if people know what's being presented. If you have questions, say like if I know across the street is coming. I come to you and I say, well, when they coming, because I have some questions too. And I give the questions to the chair of the committee or whatever. Just a mechanism where we can work together on one accord.
Hold
No, I
on,
don't
hold
want
on.
you to answer it. I'm just bringing a recommendation to the floor because I don't even know if this thing gonna work or not. You know, we got to see what
Anthony,
else is out
when the
there.
committee meets and they make their recommendation, doesn't that go into the minutes? And then the minutes is disseminated to the whole, to
Exactly.
everyone.
That's what I'm
So people
saying.
should be reading their
That's what
minutes
I'm saying.
beforehand, but the problem is they're not.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the problem.
That's
They're
what I'm
not.
saying. You understand
They're
what I'm saying,
not.
Paul?
So the mechanism is there, it's just not being done.
That's what I'm saying. So at some point, at some point you have to find a way to get around that. That's why you be there half the night because people are not reading the minutes. And so when they get to the board meeting, all the questions has come up over and over again.
And the minutes go out when, Anthony?
The minutes are drafted and go out at the end of the committee meeting.
Oh, so that's, the
They
committee meets on the 14th, which is the second,
The
usually the
minutes
second
come
Tuesday.
out. The minutes
So
come
there's
out.
at least a 2-week period where
That's what I'm
people
saying.
should be, but you know what, that's something that we have to reinforce.
Yeah,
within
that's
the
all I'm
board.
saying
We
is
have
that
to
they
say,
got the
please read
information.
your minutes so that when you come to the board meeting on Thursdays, you know what's been done, what the
Right,
work of
that's
the
all I'm
committee has
saying.
been. So there should be no, there may be a stray question here and there, that always happens. But anyway, you're
Yeah.
right, people should be informed.
Just
Yeah.
reading what the minutes is.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes,
right,
Mr.
that's
Francis.
it, right there.
Oh, I'm sorry, Archie
Okay.
was next. Go
What
ahead,
I
Archie.
want to address regarding that issue, I agree with you on that. I myself, let me share this with the senior committee very quickly. I'm gonna be meeting with Paula, with our chair, and trust me when I tell you, there are gonna be certain regulations that will be emphasized at our general board meeting. Because the truth is that within 2 hours' time, we don't have
For
time.
those of you who don't know, Archie is our sergeant
Yes,
at
being the
arms.
sergeant at
So
arms.
she holds people
As a matter of
accountable.
fact, thank you. Let me share with you, there's gonna be a timer. I'm gonna be having a timer. And there's gonna be 3 minutes for each one, but I will be emphasizing, we're gonna be emphasizing, please come to your committee meetings if you want any more further explanation.
Additional information.
Exactly, that's gonna be emphasized at our general meeting, because I'm gonna be honest with you, by 8 o'clock, we should be out
Exactly.
of the meeting. I don't think anybody should be staying till
I agree.
even 8:30,
I
9
agree,
o'clock.
I agree.
That's not fair to the board, it's not really fair to anybody.
Well, we have to start on time.
Exactly.
And move the meeting
So
along.
I will
You know,
be
but there are
making
people
sure.
who are not
Mhm.
board members who come. There's the
Yes,
community at
that's the
large.
general
The
meeting.
community at large also comes to these meetings, so there may be questions, because some people will raise their hand and say, well, I live next to that restaurant, and that restaurant has parties, people coming out all night long. So
I'm
we
gonna
have
be
to
having a
account for
time.
that as well.
Thank you.
Well, one way you can
Timer.
help, that monthly calendar should be outside this window. So when
Oh.
people walk by, they can see
Can
what's
that happen,
being
Mr.
held
Jordan?
on a
Okay.
monthly basis.
Done.
It's gonna get
Yes,
done.
Mr.
That's a
Francis.
good idea.
Okay.
Archie, are you done?
All I wanted to say is that, no, I agree, but when it comes to the timing and the meetings, people, we
You have
gotta
to
give a
open
chance to people from the public, we gotta give a chance to people. There's gonna be a timer, you get your 3 minutes, okay? And if anything has to be more elaborated, I'm gonna be emphasizing, that's why the committee meetings
Yes.
are for.
Right,
Yes.
and that's been done. I've seen that done
Yes,
with people. It's
yes.
like, you
And then-
come every week, you say
Mhm.
every month, some people come and have the same
It was
complaints.
always,
the committee.
it was always done. Not only that, it was required as committee members that we be on other committees. as
And
well.
after 3 minutes are finished, beep, 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 it's not that I wanna be rude to people, but we have to have order. And the only way that we can start on time and move on is everybody's gonna get their 3 minutes, okay?
Okay,
5 minutes for the speaker, and that's gonna be emphasized.
you know what, I think we
And that's
need to
what-
also emphasize that at the beginning of the meeting.
Yes.
To let people know the rules. This is, either you get up, Archie, or Paola will say at the beginning, this is the way the meeting's gonna be conducted, you'll
My
have 3
suggestion
minutes.
to Paula is gonna be 15 minutes to 6 o'clock, at 5:45, I will be getting up and emphasizing the rules and regulations and how the meeting is gonna proceed.
Okay. before
That's
the
gonna
meeting starts.
happen at 15 minutes to 6 o'clock, okay? So that by 6 o'clock, we should be starting on time, and already, I don't think we should stay any more past 8 o'clock.
Okay, thank you,
That-
thank you. Archie.
That's what I'm sharing, that's what's gonna
Thank you.
happen.
Well, you have shorter presentations now because you have shorter committees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
even
Will be not
each
as-
presentation is
because
gonna have only but so minutes.
but you won't have 15
we
people,
won't have
from
one.
15
Yeah,
committees.
well, that's true.
Mr. Francis, go ahead, please.
What you're saying too, what you got right here now is apathy and indifference. People gotta do their homework. I was in Manhattan when they had the hearing about the casino down there, and I did testify for the casino to be built down there on Broadway. But they, even though they voted against it, I know why they voted against it. So they pulled the casino's licenses because you get three licenses that's for this part low. Well, one is over there at Dodge Neck, one's out there at Coney Island, the other's out there at Africa, the other one's out there in Yonkers. Because it goes straight to the heart of what we're talking about. That people got to come to the meetings and do their homework and find out what's going on. Because it's all about who gets the resources and who do not get them. You usually sit there and listen to that nonsense. The people from Schubert that run them dealers down there,
Yeah,
they did not want the casino down for one reason only. When you go to casino, no children are allowed, and they got their own stage where they have their acts up there, doing their thing. But the Broadway Theater disallowed children there. But when you go out to Las Vegas, them big acts out there bringing all of that money, that was tax revenue, and so which will provide for the resource neighborhood. They want the competition. Now, so the casinos gonna come here, we'll be acting that. I wanted there because why the jury tax revenue, especially with these fools talking about war police out here, where the money comes from. They're taking the money out the educational system and put in the police department, style the martial law, what builds up the penitentiary system. Keep in mind, they know for the fact in this state of New York, 75% of the state prison population come out of New York City. And out of that 75%, 85% come out to 7 districts. And this district 7 out here is one though. So let's keep in mind, if you pay $100 a day to keep pushing the penitentiary, that's $36,500 a year, which is college tuition. And we're talking about our tax money being taken out of here, and the quality of life is going down. And the people, these young kids out here talking about they're moving to where? Wherever you go, you got to get involved. Because every neighborhood in the United States has a local neighborhood community planning board and a school board will control every penny of that budget. That's what goes in. That's those two entities right there. And the people out here need to educate themselves. If you do not get involved, don't cry when your dollars don't get picked up out here.
no, I
Don't-
agree, I agree.
No.
with you.
Because the solution is very simple.
Bring it
people
home,
get-
Mr. Francis,
people
bring
get-
it home.
People got to educate themselves and get out of that apathy and endure. Because that should come up November 4th. Number 4 will go. And I see those numbers come down because I can do the census every day for one reason or another for these districts. And I see the number of people who are eligible to vote and they don't show up. When I was number 1, when I took a trip around the city with these 59 community wards and these 32 school districts,
Okay,
and
we're
said
getting-
to me,
Mr.
now I'm gonna finish this up real quick. Give me
Okay,
30 more
wait.
seconds.
No.
So your
Excuse me,
point is to vote.
To get
And
involved.
not only just the vote, but when I went to those meetings, it was wall of neighborhood residents and the local politicians that represent those districts showed up. Up here, they sent a representative, and they sent anybody, and the people, they would don't even come out. And then they want to know why they ain't got enough. Because you're dumb, lazy, ignorant, unintelligent behind, and you take your time out to come out for what, a 1-hour meeting once a month?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Francis.
That's all. That's why I don't, that's why I,
Ms. Goodwin?
please.
Regarding the,
Made a point.
regarding the committees that you selected here.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're gonna have three committees, three entities on one committee, how are you gonna chair those committees?
Oh, very simple.
Excuse me,
No,
this is to the table.
Yeah.
Did we come to any determination
So
whether we were gonna
it's-
have co-chairs or?
Right, so that is something the executive committee is still looking at under the bylaws. It is determined by the chair of the full board to determine
Right.
who will be the full board chair. We are still discussing it as part of the executive committee, is my understanding.
Okay.
As we look at those committees about how that will look, because in that determination will be made, in the bylaw revision. Right now, the way the bylaw is written, we have one committee, the vice chair of that committee is the, public member that's decided by the chair and the full board chair, but right now, again, so to answer your question, we don't have an answer yet.
Okay.
That's still something that's still coming.
Yeah.
this coming together.
Second
No, no.
question.
It's the chair, it's not me.
Okay,
Is this to the point,
it's
Mr.?
to the point.
Okay,
Solution is very simple. You got the committee, you got the chairperson of the committee, and the other, what you call, the add-ons are subcommittees. And you have people handle that. I've been down that road before. We're not gonna have no, we're gonna have discipline with committee, yes. For everyone, we got, that one committee with the three different, groups there.
yeah,
You're gonna have one person overall chair.
right.
Then you got three other people sitting on there, heading up those, other, subcommittees that report directly to the chair with handle their business. This way right here, anything that's happening within the whole, that committee, is worked out one committee, they can sit down and put all right there on the table, and do what's there. That's very simple.
Okay, so that's your recommendation,
Mhm.
thank you.
A
So we have a
second,
chair and then we have
a sub-chair, you said.
sub-chair.
Second question. The timing of the committees will be decided by who?
You need the day and the time?
The day and the time will be decided by whom?
I would assume it's by the chairman.
By the chairperson.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's really good. To give the chairperson that, that leeway or whatever. Because it's that person who's coming in and you're putting three committees under that person.
Yeah.
So the mechanism got to work out. That's a very good recommendation. Thank you.
Oh, one last thing also.
Okay, no, Mr. Francis, does it have to do with this same topic?
Same topic.
Okay,
Okay, I say that because,
No, I'm
when they were talking,
Yes.
because when I learned about the
Okay.
plant, the commission down there that sit on and vote no, they were,
Take it home.
backed up by the
Drink
local
some tea with
neighborhood
it.
planning board, which is not exactly, whatever it was,
Drink some tea.
didn't want in their neighborhood. This is how much power the
this
planning
is
board.
Drink some
about
tea with
the
mine at home.
gambling?
No, this is
I'm
about
talking
the power, no, this is about the power of the local neighborhood plan, which people do not seem to understand. How the power.
But that's a totally different
No, the
topic.
same issue right here.
No.
Or you have committee, cause committee, I'm up here reading this stuff and everything and talking to people.
That's
the
a whole
local-
topic.
That's no, it's the same issue. The local neighborhood planning board, has put their people together and everything, to deal with the issues that was coming into their neighborhood. And people need to understand the power they have in their hand by telling those meetings and getting involved. Now, to utilize this.
Well, I think it's something that we should stress at every board meeting,
Thank
at
you.
every committee
Thank
meeting,
you.
that people need to get involved.
Mhm.
When we were rallying against the jails,
It's for-
where were the people?
It's about
We
civics.
needed thousands of people, we only
Mhm.
had dozens, we needed thousands.
But a report sheet should be made up to the VP's office, that you have members who are not attending meetings, or
Well,
not attending committees,
well,
because that's a part of the thing that we're supposed to
that's
do.
incumbent on the district manager and the chair.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And the executive
yeah.
committee to make
Yeah.
sure that people are coming, and if they're not, let's say somebody, oh, I have 5 legitimate excuses, but we only have 10 meetings, so if
That's
you're
what I'm
missing
saying.
5, I don't care if they're legitimate or not, you cannot be part of the board, I'm sorry.
At one time, we had to attend 3, then it went down to 2, now it's only 1. You can't attend one
What?
committee.
Oh, okay,
It was always a thing where you had to attend a certain amount. It started with 3 when I was on,
yeah.
then it went down to 2,
2,
and now I think it's 1. Am I right, Mr. District Manager?
So, yeah, so the borough president suggest that you join. One, it is up to the board to make a determination how many committees you should be serving on. So the board.
Not
You
So a
serving on,
minimum of one.
you're a minimum of one.
Right.
But when you sign up to be a board member, it's one of the requirements. How you gonna know what's going on in the board if you don't attend some of those committees?
And I get what you're saying, that's why it leads to the prolonged questions at the general board meeting, because you're only on one committee, so you're catching up.
You
In
have
the
a,
general board meeting, what you're saying, the general board meeting, as, correct me if I'm wrong, it's not a time for you to catch up, it's a time for you to pass.
Exactly,
What happens.
because you have numerous members on this board. Would you have 20 to 35 members?
Yes, that is
They
correct.
do not attend committee meetings at all.
How many of
This
those-
is why your
Now
committee's down
now
to two
that we-
people.
Get lost in it.
Now
Yeah, but I understand.
Now that we've shrunk the committees down,
Right.
it'll be easier for people to attend at least two committees.
Yes,
Before,
yes.
before we had
Very
14,
good.
it was impossible.
Thank you.
Because you didn't even have enough members for the committees, never
Thank
mind attend somebody
It's
else's.
a good idea. It's a good
Okay,
idea.
moving on to the next topic, which is recruitment of new members. And if everyone could make an effort to bring one person for the next meeting, that would be great.
Okay,
At
I got
least
six.
one.
I got
You can
six.
bring 5 if you want, but you can bring one.
that's just,
Yes.
okay. What we need to do basically is put together a flyer. Now, we consolidate these committees right here
Uh-huh.
and explain to us, make it one page and keep it all concise.
It's
Get
good, Pat.
involved, join one committee, deal with
It's
it,
good.
and ask your,
Circulate it at the board meeting, at the
Yeah.
full board meeting?
So you don't have to be a member, to put them and emphasize, you don't have to be a member of the board to join a committee.
Right.
Anybody who's a resident or owns a business within the district can join a committee.
All right, so we will have Paola or myself announce at the board
Mhm.
meeting that we're having sign-up sheets in the back for people to join committees, and you don't have to be a
Or-
board member. You
Be a
can just be in the community. So
Yeah.
that will be for our next,
There's
Right.
something else that I wanna,
is it to do with recruitment of new members?
yes, it does.
Okay.
One example that I can give, there's a little bit of confusion going on, I noticed, because, for example, you may have some youngsters that do want to be involved with seniors and know what kind of activities and so forth they're doing. And there might be some things that we can combine together.
Mhm.
And therefore, I try to tell them, well, you can still be part of the senior committee. It doesn't matter what your age is.
Thank you.
See what I'm saying? That
Yes,
that's
yes.
so I'm emphasizing, because many of them don't know that.
Mhm.
And, like, for example, Pat, you are a witness to this. The Bronx Defenders wants to do the Know Your Rights workshops for
Thank you.
seniors. Many of them have grandkids and so forth that they want to bring to that. And I think that would draw.
But there's no reason why committees can't merge and do
Exactly.
activities together.
Thank
You
you.
know,
So I'll
education
emphasize
youth
that.
and seniors can do
And many
activities
of
together.
the youth, especially want to come and talk with the seniors and combine that activity.
Well, they go,
Pat, you know what that's all about, you know, and, and I think it would be great to bring them over.
You have to have a chairperson that thinks of those type of things
Yeah,
to
that's
enhance
right.
their group. The chairperson has to, she can come out with flyers like that. She
Mhm.
can constantly circulate flyers.
Thank
She
you.
can put a flyer up out
Mhm.
front, knowing when to come, when not to come, even at the meeting.
Mhm.
Put it out there. But that's the purpose of being a chairperson, to bring your group forward, to enlighten people in the group of all backgrounds, any background. Like this morning, the man in the drugstore say, anything I can do? Yeah, contact the board office if they need some help. They'll let you. You gotta know your community. That's number one.
Exactly, yeah.
You gotta walk this street all the way down to the river that we represent and know what's going on and recruit people.
Exactly.
Yes.
Even as a TA president, I have youth in my development that need to be a part of these groups so that they can learn what's going on in their community. You know, and especially with seniors, because they'll learn how to work and respect seniors. You know, when they sit among them and see what we do.
Well, see, you got, this is the difference right here. It took civics,
It took what?
civics,
Oh.
the education about getting involved. and bring the resource. Keep in mind, it's all about where does your tax revenue, where that budget money is going to provide the resources. And when you don't get involved with civics, I'm gonna let you finish this. There was a court case. That building across the street from Deepwood Clinton High School, Tracy Towns. Before that, it was railroad for the transit authority. They built the building there. Come to find out, the residents in that building found out that the management company that owned that building was taking their maintenance money, their rent money, and spending it on a building they were managing on 86th Street. They sued. That's the same message going on in this district. They're taking our tax money and spending it in other districts. Why? Because people refuse to do their homework and find out what's going on. I ain't never forget when I was on a protest against Kathleen Black, who they wanted to get an exemption to be a chancellor of the city school system, and we were protesting on a Sunday afternoon, 12 to 1. And I hear this big noise on Park Avenue at 68th Street, 69th Street. Now I look, it was the New York City sanitation truck picking up the public garbage. And at that time, I was chair of the municipal service committee. I couldn't get the sanitation spot to come up here on a weekday. They're picking up their garbage on Sunday. Something's wrong with that picture.
Let me add, Chair. So we do have a committee that handles communications and technology. So if there is need activities, recruitment stuff, documents that need to be created, there we do have access to a committee that helps be very creative with a flyer. Canva is a program that's used to, instead of using this writing a sign with a regular piece of paper, Canva is usually a way to bring pictures and art and wording together in a creative way to excite people. We also have the ability to do it in English and Spanish. It's like we did with the MTA flyer and others. So if there is work, as we talked to the chair and ladies and gentlemen, to be able to bring this issue up, we can definitely be able to help publicize it long and hard, so that folks can truly be engaged. And Diana on our team will definitely assist those who want to help with outreach. She is, as part of her role, with all of us doing it, working with her on it, to be able to be very aggressive working on outreach. This is as long as enough time is given to between activities to make things happen.
Well, what can be done to start? Reach out to some of these outreach centers and have them come into a meeting.
Yes.
Have them come into a meeting, like you got Gun Down Life up in Lincoln. All of those young people need to stop walking around, looking around. They can be very helpful. But you have to have people who's going to do outreach, bring them into the community board. You know,
Yes.
each of these agencies. Like today, I was calling Ms. Burns to find out what kind of behavioral health centers we have in our district. But people are looking for behavioral health centers. There's so much going on in life, you know. So we need all of this to come in here now. We really need a lot of this stuff.
Is communication and technology is still a standalone?
No,
committee?
it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
It's,
You gotta keep-
I didn't think so.
It's not. We do have folks who are
Oh,
talented in
okay.
that to be able to.
No.
Did you say it was like an ad hoc?
Yes.
Yeah, ad hoc,
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Put it under education.
Yeah.
Put it under education.
Let's do it. No.
Okay, that's another suggestion that we can make, okay.
And can I say something real quick?
Go ahead, Art.
One thing that I noticed, now I'm actually the secretary of the immigration committee. I noticed that we have a lot of seniors dealing with immigrant issues, and some of the most active members in the immigration committee have been seniors. Okay, that's because a lot of the issues, especially happening today, are affecting them. See what I'm saying? So I know that even here at this senior committee, because you know, all these committees bump into each other indirectly. All these issues are affecting all of us. Okay, municipal. I just finished dealing with a case. I had to get in touch with the Human Rights Commission. I have a friend, she's a senior citizen. They refused to build a ramp in her building. She uses a walker and can't go up the stairs. I had to get in touch with the Human Rights Commission, call the congressman up, go through the back and forth, and now they're finally building it.
Mhm.
That's municipal. As a matter of fact, that's a human right issue when you think
Right.
about it.
Right,
But I know that there are a lot of seniors, who are dealing with those kind of issues.
yes.
Okay, you got seniors walking with their canes, they have their walkers, well, that could happen to anybody. And her landlord, actually, her landlord threatened her and told her, because she didn't want to build a ramp in that building. I said, well, that's the law. I have to take it all the way to the human rights, call up the congressman, carry on. Knowing me, I guess that when they saw me, they must have said, uh-oh, we dealt with the wrong lady now. But that's a shame. Same thing goes for but at our immigration committee, we have a lot of seniors that are involved with our immigration committee, okay? That's because a lot of them are being affected by the issues at hand, and I'll probably be inviting them to come to the senior, meeting here, and we can collaborate.
Okay,
You see, that's not the part what I'm talking about.
Mr. Francis.
Okay, it's gonna take 30 seconds.
Okay.
That's why you need to have,
It is already 2:02, so we have to wind up in the
that's
next.
why I need to
10
have,
minutes.
that's why you have the Bronx defenders come down here and I'll have your immigration under the civil service because it involves every government agency out here, which goes right back to the Civil Rights Act of '64. And once you read that and see how every group, they'll piggyback off that, equal pay, female do the same. They'll bring those four-legged dogs at the public house. Big due to the Civil Rights Act of '64. You realize the groundwork was right there. Bring the Bronx defenders in there, that's it. And you got to get your shot right there.
Okay, thank you. The last topic is, and I think we've probably touched on a lot of this in our conversation, is future projects, any suggestions, and I think we've already talked
Yes,
about
we did.
a lot of that, the Red Cross, working with the
Mhm.
defenders, working with the youth. So I guess we can sort of build on those suggestions for the next meeting. I don't know if by next month we will have all of this ironed out. We have to have the bylaws changed and we have to have a vote. So I would assume we're gonna have, and chairs appointed, so I would assume for our November meeting, we're still gonna be this group, and I will stay as chair. I will step down once we change the committees, and the new chair will be named for that. I think because of being first vice chair, I want to give my time to that, and I'm also the Belvis CAB chair, so I have a lot of other responsibilities as well. But for now, I'll stay until that's decided.
How is the selection process is gonna take place with this, executive committee about the chairs? That's gonna be the executive
Well, it's
committee.
gonna be Paola's decision.
Right,
She has the
Good, good.
decision, but
okay,
I don't know if she will ask for input from the executive committee.
right,
That's to be determined.
okay,
I would assume, but, I don't know. I
okay.
can't speak for her. Yes.
I wanted to ask about the follow-up on the pharmacies. We had talked about, I think, our last meeting, we was talking about, our seniors go to the pharmacy, you have to stand on one line, and for your medication, and then if the medication, if they say it's not there, you have to stand on.
You mean at
another line.
CVS?
Yeah,
At CVS? Okay. Refresh my memory, I don't remember.
okay, you complain about going to CVS, and I say CVS because that's where I go. And you stand on a long
It's
line.
2 different lines you have to stand
Yes,
at.
and
Yeah.
then your medicine, they say, oh, I don't see your medicine here, go to that line over here. As seniors, you can't stand on one long line and then be sent to another long line to stand.
And they deliver.
Okay. I dealt with that.
Mr. Francis,
On
Mr.
that
Francis.
issue right there, CBS, what I do is.
Mr. Francis, I did not recognize you, sorry. Okay, myself or Mr. Jordan will have a conversation with CBS. I don't know who the head of that person
Would you
is.
like to, are you asking chair that we ask somebody from the committee of public affairs to come to present at the next
Yeah.
senior
Yes,
committee?
yes, that would be great,
That would be good.
that would be good.
Um,
That's
may
what-
I ask you-
that's-
What is that the CVS?
149th Street, there's only one CVS
Mhm.
near us, 149th Street. And part of the problem is because all the Rite Aids have closed,
Yeah.
There's only these little mom and pops, pharmacies that have sprouted out.
That's interesting.
So that's the biggest pharmacy in the area that I know of, unless it's one on 161st Street, is
No.
there one or no?
it isn't.
So that's the
They
only one,
closed down.
in
The
the-
one
in
on
the one-
161st closed.
Yeah.
Rite Aid or
that's-
CVS?
No,
No, that's,
there used
No,
to be-
all the
no.
Rite Aids are gone, across
There
the
used
whole
to be a
United States.
CVS next to the
that's
food
Walgreens,
bazaar.
161st Street.
161st Street is
I think that's
Walgreens,
Walgreens.
so that would be another option. But for our district, our community, that one on, plus they do the hospital
That
as well.
Walgreens is
So
terrible.
not only do they do the
You'll
community,
be
they do
standing
the
on line to
people
go
from
all
the
around the
hospital
store.
as well, so they're overwhelmed. Yeah, it would be good to
But
get.
you- someone,
Yes,
on,
Mr. Price, yeah.
on top of this, what Pat was saying about, what's it, CVS?
Yeah.
I know when Rite Aid closed, I don't even remember how this took place. A lot of us seniors was approached about using the smaller pharmacies.
Who
Um,
approached?
I'm trying to think now,
Oh,
but even before Rite Aid closed, I did, because that's the same reason I stopped with Rite Aid, because you stay there forever, standing up. They don't even provide chairs in these places, and that's to me was
well, they
crucial.
do, but it's not adequate.
Yeah, but you can't expect people to. I was in Dollar General today, and I had to sit down. You know, if you can't stand, you can't stand. You there to accommodate the community, not the community accommodate you.
Exactly.
It's called customer service.
Now I go up here to the street, up the street now, and I've been dealing with him for about 4 years now, and they deliver.
Mhm.
Yeah, the smaller mom and pop
Yeah,
pharmacies,
so
if
really,
you can.
Yeah.
My experience has been, near Mott Haven,
right,
has a pharmacy right there on Willis. They don't always have the medication that we need to get.
Really?
CVS has everything, but if I can, I usually go to Mott Haven,
They don't
'cause it's right around the
And
corner
not
from me.
only that, CVS, if you go out of town,
you can get it
you
somewhere.
can get it from
Right.
another CVS
Yeah,
pharmacy.
yeah,
if
you're
you
right,
can
my
get your
daughter goes
That's
to
true.
medication.
Frog's Neck
That's
if
true.
she can't get it here. One last thought, Mr. Francis, and then we're gonna.
Okay,
then
so
we're
that
gonna-
for next week, we invite a representative from the Department of Aging. President.
We did have someone recently, and we did not have a very good show.
Bring him back.
We did
Please
not.
bring them back.
Before I bring him back, let's wait a little bit.
No,
Let's wait.
bring them back now.
We are gonna bring him back, Mr. Francis, but let's give it a little time. He was just here, what, about 3
Bring them
months ago?
back now. Bring
3
back initiative. I'm telling you why. Bring back, because the Department of Aging covers every senior citizen, center in New York.
But she has a point.
I
If people are not gonna be here when they
But the only
come.
way you're gonna get what you wanna get, you got
But
to.
you gotta give us time to get people
Right,
together so
right.
No,
that we
no,
have
right.
him
No,
here.
no, bring the person here and confront the right then, and keep on bringing it back. Why? It is
Mm-mm, don't do
government
that.
aid, what we pay for. So we need to bring them back here and say, yeah, we don't like what you're doing, what it needs to be done, and bring them back every single time, because they get a paycheck every week.
Your recommendation is that we invite the Department of Aging.
Thank
We
you.
will, but it's not going to be for next month. We will
That's the way you get.
coordinate it so that we can get a fair amount of people. Last time there was maybe 3 of us here,
That's it.
and that's not
That's not
enough.
It only took a small group July 4th, 1776,
Okay,
to lay the groundwork.
Can I mention one small thing?
yes.
Just, this is not really relevant to the topic, but
Right.
really to the board members.
Mhm.
I received from the Borough President's office, there's a virtual training today at 6 o'clock on the zoning and land. I plan to tune in. Did you receive something like that? No? They did send it to me, and it's a virtual training that they're doing at 6 o'clock today. Mr. Jordan, do you have any information about that?
I do have.
And I'm gonna
information.
tune on, okay.
But we have also the Education and Youth Committee, and we also have the Police Community Council meeting today.
Yeah, there isn't a,
Yeah,
so
at
And
6.
PSA 7.
So there's a conflict going on.
Yes,
Yeah.
at Lincoln Hospital,
Yes.
Police
Yeah,
Community
yes,
Council, and we have
Oh,
Education.
I'm
Wait a
glad you
minute.
brought up PSA 7 because the community, the 40th Precinct Community Council meeting, I think,
It's not
doesn't
direct.
have to be, anybody can go, but at least we need one representative there. Mr. Jordan goes and
I go,
Where's that?
I go.
Ms. Goodwin goes. I don't go always, but I go sometimes.
I go, and I will commit to going.
And where is the meeting tomorrow night again?
Oh,
Jackson Avenue or the?
Jackson
But that's
House.
not the 40th precinct.
No,
No.
that's PSA 7, it's
That's
Jackson House.
PSA 7.
Oh, PSA 7 is different than
It's
this.
not-
Oh, that was last
Yeah.
week.
PSA 7
No, the
is the
40
NYCHA precinct.
The 40th precinct
Oh,
meet
they
is
were
the
tonight.
precinct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the 40th
That's
precinct
nice.
is the whole
Yeah,
district.
PSA 7 is send them all
But
that
they
on their
deal
tax
with the
house.
night.
So the guys, the 40th precinct meeting is tonight
Yeah.
at Lincoln,
Gabe,
and that's the
No.
one, it's the first,
why Gabe having it at Lincoln? Why isn't it at the 40th precinct?
Security.
We listen, we don't judge.
Oh,
Security.
no, I was just saying, because I didn't see no change and I didn't see no notices.
Security, it will all civilians inside the
you
building.
have to check every month because sometimes they do jump around. They go to PS 55 over there and
Yeah.
Yeah.
they stopped
I-
having it at the precinct, I think it wasn't big enough. That was
No,
what they
no, no,
said.
there were all those civilians inside a paramilitary institution.
Every
That's the
first
reason
Wednesday
why.
of the month, but
So,
now it's at
if-
Lincoln. Okay.
If somebody was
just this meeting.
beside Mr. Jordan, if we can get some other people there, it doesn't.
I can't
I'll be
promise you
here.
tonight. I can't
I
promise
can-
tonight. I didn't know.
Francis usually goes,
I-
yeah.
Um,
And I will try to go, but tonight I can't. But I
Okay, PSA 7 is important because half the population of this district,
That's
Really
nice,
important.
isn't it?
that's nice.
That's nice.
And cause hold up, you don't understand, they create
That's
how.
tomorrow, Mr. Francis.
That's just one point, please come back to it. That just is one point. House and police were created in 1952 for one reason only. The Constitution of the NYPD forbids NYPD to patrol individual buildings. So they created House Police to patrol individual buildings. Then they pulled them out. They created transit police in the late 30s for the same reason. They felt NYPD could not patrol the subway system, so they created the transit police. And you see the mess that's going on today. Transit police supposed to be on the bus, not the subway system. Once again, people don't come out to those meetings.
All right, and the meeting tonight at 6:30, correct?
6 o'clock.
Can I just very quickly that,
Last point.
no, she wants to say
Oh,
something regarding.
Elena, por favor.
Elena, and if you want to, I'll translate
You
it.
got it?
No, she speaks,
Oh, she speaks, okay, regarding the immigration
I
and
would
the
like
effect
to
of
say something,
seniors.
what is affecting our community,
Yes.
the SNAP program, because a lot of seniors was struggling with their SNAP program,
Mhm.
nobody do nothing, nobody,
They've been decreased, right? Everybody has had their SNAP.
every month,
Yeah.
Every month it's decreasing or just one time?
No, every month.
Every month it's
For
decreasing?
different people in the senior center
Yeah.
is complaining a lot about that.
That's why we got that
Somebody
representation
wants to
department
say-
here. That's why that
No,
representation
something needs to be
department.
brought out.
Yeah, he needs to be in here every day, every
Is
week.
that part of
Every-
is that part of the aging department or is that a different?
That's human
entity?
resources, Department of Human Resources. Go, I'm just now.
He was asking me, but that's okay. Thank you, Mr. Francis.
Yeah, but the Asian department covers that also, because about, once again, well, our chairperson, Mr. Services, there's a time for every one of these government agencies. And what you got, what I did, I did my homework, and I researched, this how they playing the bamboozle, because we do not connect the dots. Get that agent, because that pump agent, once again,
What's that
young lady,
thing you got?
covers that, and wanna go straight to human resources.
Okay, so who do we have?
Can we start using the timer at the
No,
meetings as well?
It's 2:14, so
I'm just gonna.
Even when people talk.
let Mr. Jordan
recap.
recap, please.
So, what I understand,
Yeah.
what this committee is looking for someone from the Red Cross to present, someone from the Bronx Defenders to present on the service and resources for seniors, and likely help co-sponsor some workshops that could be open to
Yeah.
the committee. We were looking for a representative from the CVS pharmacies to be able to come and speak to the need for seniors in the store. The one store we have is on
149th Street.
149th Street. And we are asking for representatives from the Human Resources Administration, Department of Social Services,
Yeah.
regarding the unfortunate decreases that have been happening, but in the SNAP program, there hasn't been any changes to the eligibility process for seniors because they have been impacted because of that verified tool. And also my understanding is that we are asking as assessor writer to come back in this once a year, but that's and we'll determine that works when that needs to work out. Just to recap on what the issues are, I'm gonna do more reach out with that. I'm not seeing, and then I'm not sure, is there any other follow-up that I'm missing? Sure.
Okay, 30 seconds for this action.
No.
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 Francis, please.
This is about money.
No.
Hold on.
Ms. Burns, I have a question of you. Ms.
I
Burns?
just wanna make sure we capture the
Yeah,
right stuff.
Right.
Right.
Okay, I have a question of the chair.
Make sure that,
Okay. Let me know, and then
Yes.
I don't know about anything else that I didn't miss from any of
No,
you guys.
no,
talking.
no. I'm
Oh, also, I'm sorry, there was also with the Red Cross, I want to add, and I think the thing you were talking about was CERT, that's what was emergency response,
Emergency
response.
yeah.
Which is where we had the green jackets with the go bags and everything else.
Yeah,
The stuff, so yeah, hopefully the person does a presentation, we can get.
Audrey
Go.
said she can get the
Go.
first.
I'm gonna see if I could, we're gonna look into that. And I'll be calling them up and I'm gonna see how is that program available?
What's
That's
available?
what I'm gonna see.
It brought up 8 years ago under CERT, community emergency stuff. That was shut it.
Right, I need to.
And what shut it down was 9/11 jumped off. Cause here's what whole lot people don't seem to understand. Bronx County is the only part of New York State that's the mainland. The rest of the city is composed of islands which is below sea level.
time,
So
time.
anything
That's what
happens.
I'm getting ready to ask
Yeah,
the committee
right.
right now.
But they got new places. See what-
I can only hear one person at a time.
When the chairperson puts her gavel, Mr.
Yeah.
Francis, you have to stop.
But the information is there.
Oh, so-
The solution's right
No,
there.
you can educate us, but I think we need to come to a
quorum.
a closing of the
Okay.
meeting anytime soon, because I don't want to keep people.
Well, I'm gonna get that
Yeah,
money though.
yeah,
This city's
yeah.
sitting on, baby. The money is there.
Can she use that timer for when we
No,
speak
it-
as well?
It's really not necessary, but all you have to do is when the chairperson puts her gavel down,
Mm-hmm.
you have to pay close attention to that.
But see, they,
Okay.
that's also used as
Yeah, she might be
comment.
putting her gavel up and down all the time.
Need to sign.
That's, I agree 100%.
All right,
Need
so-
the timer. Take that break.
Thank you.
So I wanted to add to that. So the executive committee is establishing rules for engagement,
Mm-hmm.
which will have consequences for those rules not being followed in committee and full board.
Thank you.
And so I just want to make you aware of that there will be community board rules that for public members, committees, and full board members that will be strictly enforced. I just wanted to make that aware that I made chair. I hear folks saying that it's something that the community board will be adopting
Mm-hmm.
that could have consequences if not honored.
Okay.
So now the meeting is, motion to adjourn the meeting, please.
Motion, I make the motion.
I second.
All in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned.
Okay, can I say this off the
You can
book?
say
We
on
take
the
you off
record,
first.